This episode of Late Night with Ed Money is brought to you in part by Ziggy's Pub and Restaurant, located in downtown Amherst. And if you're local to them, dial for carryout at 440-985-FOOD. Or go to their website, which is ziggyspubandrestaurant.com. If it's a sporting event that you want to see, don't forget your sunglasses, because they have so many 4K TVs it'll burn your retinas. So go to Ziggy's Pub and Restaurant in downtown Amherst.
We hope you're enjoying your visit here this evening. Now, on with the show.
I'll make it go away. Oh, my bad. You gotta start that over.
Of despair.
Warning, what you're about to hear is an adult show. You'll hear anecdotal stories and humorous situations meant for adults. In essence, kids, don't listen or try this at home. Everything you're about to hear is done by drunk, trained professionals. Now enjoy the show.
Deep within the pit of despair. Balls of Christ, dude.
This is Grace, and you're listening to the hottest talk show on the net, Late Night with Ed Money.
Hi.
Hi.
Well, hello, my friends. You're listening to Late Night with Ed Money here on the website, which is latenightwithedmoney.com. Where's real people?
Oh, Wade's here.
real people conversation about life. You can reach us on a ton of sites. Just go to the main site, download any way that you can listen to on your media devices. You're always listening to myself, Ed Money. Right over here is CPAP Talk. What's up?
Bruh.
Jumping.
Bruh.
No one's here to say that's right. He's dead. You can hear him, but never see him. Is the Mark?
Yes, you can, because I'm right behind Wayne.
Oh, there he is. He's always on his shoulder.
Whispering in Wayne's ear.
Whispering Wayne's shoulder. Down in Studio B that we haven't built the door yet for. This always
That's
giving
me.
us the correct
Hi,
answers, Jeffrey Newton.
Awkward for a door.
We were going to put a door around so we can close it on camera in front of him.
We should do that. At least a curtain or something. Just a little privacy.
That would be funny.
You probably have some shutters laying around. Just set them up.
There's no doubt in my mind there is at least 10 sets of shutters in the pit of despair.
There has to be.
I actually do.
You have flooring on the wall.
We're going to take Wayne's picture over there and make a door out of it. And just be like,
well, you are in the shitter.
And last but not least, always keeping us in balance and check is Bueno.
What's up?
He hasn't been here in a while. I'm glad you made it, dude. I'm glad you made it. I'm sorry to hear about all the things in your life that have been good things. Good things are happening.
I've had some adversity.
That's all right. Good things are happening. I did want to.
Hello.
I want to thank. He's going to be a new sponsor of the show. It's Sal and Al's Pizza, or Sal and Al's Diner with Billy Boy's Pizza. I want to thank him. He's at 2261 Cooper Foster Park Road in Amherst, Ohio. You can reach him at 440-989-FOOD if you're local, and you can check out their pizza bill. I went there. And I wanted to say,
What's
So
it
did
called
I.
now?
It's still Sal and Al's.
It's still
Okay,
Sal and
okay. I
Al's,
just
but
want to say it
it's-
a bunch of times. Sal and
Yeah,
Al's.
Sal and Al's.
But
And
instead of Danny Boy's Pizza, now it's Billy Boy's Pizza in there.
Right.
His pizza and wings are phenomenal.
right,
Yeah.
right. I wanted to tell you,
I can't wait to try it.
it's
Dude.
really good.
And his sister is really hot.
His sister's cute. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She was a
So we're going
bodybuilder.
after this,
yeah, bodybuilder,
right?
yeah. But
I got
let's.
time.
I digress.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Look at Jeffrey with the white on his headphones.
I right. broke my headphones when I took them out of the bag when I got
Nice
here.
headphones, nerd.
Thanks.
You need some in the middle of your glasses.
Right. No, so we had originally, for the audience out there, he had a tasting, and Chucky and I went to the tasting and tasted some of his new foods that he's going to introduce, and he's going to have pulled pork, like pulled pork pizza. He's got pulled pork sandwiches.
He's got some amazing pizzas and sandwiches going on.
Yes. Yeah.
So check them out.
Check it out.
I can't wait, yeah.
Yeah.
Check it out.
So next week before the show.
Yeah. Well, yeah. What happened was he just.
Oh, that's it. That's perfect.
Dude, do you ever see Meatballs? Spaz.
Oh, that's great. So he had a tasting, and then I decided to go again afterwards. He and I were same day.
Yeah, we were there the same day, and I had originally had plans, and I'm like, the plans, they got sick because of this flu going around.
Right.
So I'm like, you know what? I'll go up to Sal and Al's in the
Sure.
afternoon.
Yes.
Because Ed was going in the evening.
Yes, and so we're still gonna go probably in a week sometime.
Yeah.
You're gonna go. He and I are gonna go. And he's got great hot sauces. You got to check out.
Oh, I'm going to check it all out.
Anyhow,
Yeah, so I decided, for the audience out there who's been on the show in the past, was Rangus the Bionic Pamper Prepper. I said,
Rangus Dick?
well, yeah, right. Look at, I can't get over that. So he said, hey, can we go check it out? I said, all right, fine, let's go check out the pizza. And we'll go sit there. And, this is the thing. He's very loud in public.
Who, Bill?
No.
Rangus the Pamper Prepper.
yeah.
Pamper Prepper. He's
In public?
yes.
You need that qualifier?
It is. In
Sorry,
general.
Rangus. I mean, you're great, but he's loud.
He's loud. So yeah. So I said, okay, let's go. And we went over to there's a section that's not in the general public. It's kind of in between.
It's like a little cubby.
A little cubby.
Okay.
So it's
for lovers.
Sit over there. And he goes, okay. And the waitress says, anytime I go there, I've even stopped just to have a beer. That's just kind of my.
He has alcohol?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
They
wow.
have beer.
Or beer. Okay, yeah.
Not like.
Right. I
liquor,
got you. They have
yeah.
that. Okay.
So I said, I'll have a beer. Fine. And I was tickled pink. It's this great waitress named
Monique.
Ooh. And that's, I know, like good name. Monique, our waitress Monique. And I said, oh, it's Monique, and then not in
Ed? Monique? Ed.
Ricky? Monique. Christmas. Anybody our age will understand that reference.
Good reference, Monk. Good reference. Yeah. So that was a good reference. That good. He pulled that right out of his ass that quick.
Yeah.
So I said, cool. And I even said, when she came over, I said, the prettiest waitress I've ever known, beautiful girl. She's, to us, what would you, college age, would you still call, if you saw a college age girl, would you say that's a kid?
I call anybody under 30 now kids.
Yeah.
Right.
So she's in her
Call
20s. She's in her
that a
mid-20s.
daughter.
Yeah, look, dude. Right. You're right. Right. Okay.
Yeah, she's mid-20s.
I'd call her immediately.
Even Monk, you got your little girl's what?
That's what I said. You call that daughter. You don't call that anything other than daughter.
Like when they're a couple of years older than your daughter, it's kid.
Right. Right. So I didn't even think anything. It's all it was. She said,
me
Monique
daughter.
said, oh, that's great. And that's fine.
Yeah.
So this guy,
Did she call you boomer too?
No.
Oh, he's like cringy with women.
Oh.
I know what's coming. Sorry, Rangus.
So someone we knew was literally there, a bricklayer that we knew, motocross bricklayer dude. You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah.
He was at the table next to us. Rings a bank member starts talking to him. The waitress comes over and says, do you want the bill? So she says, before I do anything, do you want it to be split or do you want it all on one? And I said, well, I have to order something to go to bring home for my mom. And Rangus, he did this. He goes, well, yeah, it can be, yeah. She goes,
It's a multiple choice.
she goes, what is he talking about? I go, just do it separate.
Right.
I said,
Yeah.
do it separate.
Right.
I said, don't listen to anything he says. No matter what he says, I said, look at me.
Fucking
I
Rangus.
said, no matter what he says, look at me.
Love that guy.
So,
I can't look at that tape anymore.
Right. so, dude, he has wings. He had this wing with this honey.
It's honey buffalo.
No, it was
Here.
He's
The other one rhymes with.
like corn on the.
Oh yeah, that's who I was thinking originally.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And so
You can't say his name.
well, just in case.
Anyhow, get on with the show.
Okay.
So I said they have great wings. Let's get some wings.
Yeah.
Because he has these great sauces. Dude. Here's the thing. The only difference I can find out there is either the breading on wings or if the size. I can't see
Sizes. I was gonna say that. Yeah, I
Have
like
you-
the small.
Size
you?
matters.
Small. Like
Do you really?
Buffalo Wild Wings. They have the little ones.
Yeah, they got
like
pigeon
that?
wings.
I like those.
Really?
Did you
Yeah,
say
I like them
pigeon wings?
overcooked.
Like,
and
oh, pheasant. Lovely.
we used to have pheasant for like Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Stop it.
Quail.
because we hunted a lot, and you'd get the BBs.
Get
Then you
out
gotta
of
spit
here.
them out.
Not joking.
Yeah, it's bird
Yeah,
If
shot.
it's not like a headshot, you get it in the body. It's
Spit the
there's
babies
BBs.
out.
Cornish
Same with
game
Rabbit
wings.
Hunter.
But
Cornish
they're
game
little.
man.
They're little. Yeah.
Like you say,
I
Cornish
mean,
game
it'll
man.
break your tooth,
Do
so
you-
you can't eat anything like
Okay,
that.
right?
Yeah,
No,
but-
well, you would eat.
You
the
got
little,
those fragile shell teeth.
Pheasant are like a small chicken. They're not.
They're
that
almost like
small.
a Cornish hen.
No, they're way bigger than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, now pheasants are they're more like a bird than a chicken.
Yeah,
We
like
say
they are
Cornish-
more like a bird, but they're
mean,
Cornish hens
all
are only about
birds.
that big.
right. Pheasant's a lot bigger than that.
Is
All
it?
right, get back
Yeah,
to what
yeah.
we were talking
Yeah.
about. This
Anyhow.
is, I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah.
Now off.
So I said, so I said, dude, we got to get the wings. He goes, okay, give me that honey
buffalo
sriracha,
sauce.
honey buffalo sauce. Said, great. And so I look at her and I says, get us an order of that, and then I got a pizza to go to with my mom, the trifecta that he gets me hooked on. So I said, but we'll eat some stuff here. All right, mine will be to go.
Yeah.
So. Right off the bat, the Ringus goes, "Yeah, we'll get it'll get the mozzie sticks, and I'll just have some of his." And I go, "What do you mean? You know, because a lot of places only give you 4.
Yeah.
No,
How are
they
you
give
gonna-
you like 8 there, I think.
You know, well, they gave us a
You
good.
could Lady and the Tramp one. Share if it's nice and hot and stretchy.
Right,
He
I was gonna say, the cheese is stretched between your mouths,
Yeah.
and you're like,
Dude, he
They
did
both
it.
got the same burn on their lip from the hot cheese.
I said, "Can you bring us a side of the sauce to dip the mozzie sticks in?"
Oh, he doubled.
Worse.
He
Worse.
double dipped?
Worse. Listen to this. So we're
What's
sitting-
worse than double dipping? Did he dip his
Stuck
balls
his
in it?
That's what I was say. De-dipped.
We're sitting there, so he's bringing over. So he grabs his sticks and he's dipping, and then he goes,
Oh, no. He licked his fingers
licked
then?
his fingers, and then grabbed for another mozzie stick.
Ah.
If he only touched the one he's eating.
Look, the look on his face says,
Yeah, I don't see him being that precision in his grab.
He's not a brain surgeon, dude.
he's like a
Really?
claw machine.
Yeah, his-
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's just rattle because you rattle around for the one
yeah.
you want. You know, in the meantime,
I was recently at dinner and it was a shared appetizer.
Worse.
And it was 1 cup of the sauce.
Oh,
And
no.
it was something where you take a bite and then you could dip again.
right.
But you didn't reverse it.
Yeah,
You
you-
get to the new side again.
Right.
And it was Samantha's son. And I was like, I was just like, can we have another sauce? And she
right?
brought me another. I just
Yeah.
nonchalantly,
Yes.
you know, and it was probably, he's just comfortable.
Right.
with it.
But still, you don't want to double dip.
I don't want that.
Dude, well, this is the funny. This is where I even got a hold of Chuck on this. Is the whole time we're
And
talking,
I told Ed, I'm like, do not talk to me about anything.
Oh, I know what it was. It was like bread you get with the oil and the herbs.
yeah.
mixed,
Oh, yeah.
And you dip the bread in it. You
Yeah.
know, just like regular fresh. It was a really good Italian
Yeah.
restaurant.
Yeah.
In Lakewood and Bene. Whatever. Anyhow, Molto Bene.
Yeah.
Very good, but it's
Bene.
only like 5 tables.
Right.
Really small. But yeah, it was doing the oil, and I was like, I'm
Should he
standing there
double
waiting to
dip?
dip, and I was like waiting, and then he went in.
He didn't even carry it.
No,
Zero
he
fuss.
didn't hesitate. So I was like, can I have another?
right.
we're going to have a show on etiquette.
Right. Food etiquette.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, he's doing this, which is fine. I'll deal with it mentally. I'll go. But I started noticing in our little cubby, there was like a group next to us, and then there was someone down at the end. And so I'm sitting there, and I notice no one else is talking anymore because he's just talking.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Loud.
Loud.
He doesn't have an inside voice.
No, dude. I was going to ask that too. I have internal monologue. And do you? Well, him, I do.
Yeah.
I just don't have a
You can get
filter.
that treated. No, Samantha's daughter
Yeah, right. Yeah.
is so loud. Like she has no indoor voice at all. And she starts getting a little bent when you say something like,
Dude, you got to bring it down a little
like
bit.
loud. And she just gets excited, you know.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, and Rangus he's just not excited. He's just loud.
He's just loud.
Yeah.
So this,
And we love the guy. Don't take that the wrong way.
we love him.
Yeah.
right. And so the waitress comes over and she's trying to do.
She's like, hey, double dipper. Hey. You.
stop licking
Saucy
your finger.
fingers.
Stop licking your finger. And he wanted 1,000,000 napkins. That's the worst too. When you're sitting at the table and someone says, "Can we have more napkins?" Just keep.
Why?
licking
You need
Yeah,
napkins.
you don't need them if you're licking your fingers.
Oh, yeah.
You just need to wipe it on your pants after that.
Right, you
Oh
just
my
need
gosh.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
the worst when people do.
one. Keeps your napkin clean.
That's who does that.
Lick your fingers.
Well,
slide on the
does.
napkin.
It does.
My son, he's 10. He's 11. I mean, he doesn't wipe with like a lot of like. If there's like marinara sauce on his chin, he's not going to wipe it on his sleeve. He's not
Right.
that bad.
Or this.
He would at least
Yeah.
he'll at least bring the bottom of the shirt.
Oh,
out.
right on.
No.
He could do that without embarrassment. He's still skinny.
Yeah, and he's.
I bring it
11.
up and I'm like,
He's a kid.
So I noticed a conversation. Well, the waitress came over and was helping, and he tried to do a side eye at the butt. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Side eye at the butt. But this is what I noticed. I even asked Chucky on. I said I noticed, and I was that guy when I was young and dumb. All right, where I'm going with this is I started looking at the tables, and I think I texted you or called you on it, asked you about there was a guy down at the end. All right, he was just young. He looked. Kid again.
Yeah.
About the age of the
Her
waitress.
age. Okay, that's
her
what I was
age
gonna
of the
ask.
waitress. So he's sitting there, and he had nothing but like a cup of coffee and like a soda in front of him. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
And so he just, as we're doing everything, and thank you, dear, I appreciate it. And,
you know, Ed tries to be flirty.
it's not
Oh, yeah.
flirty. It's just
Well, really? You're the prettiest waitress we have. You are awesome. You are so fucking hot.
Oh, that's Rangus chiming in.
No, that's Ed.
I'm not doing that.
Boy, you are the prettiest girl I've ever met. Boy, if I were 20 years younger, or if you
Yeah.
like old fat dudes.
You could use my dad's line. He's like, "Don't look at me. I don't know if my heart could take it. You're so pretty." I heard that 15 times in one day.
I never did the bad 70s.
Anyhow, though.
Anyhow.
So, I'm just being that, because I would say something to her and then turn back to our conversation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Well, I happen to notice
The guy.
Okay. That he was doing this sipping the cup and looking over.
That's his.
That
Yeah.
right.
I don't like that.
There. So what happened was
It's like going to a strip club and that's my boyfriend at the bar.
I said the same thing to
Dude,
Ed.
really?
That's what it was. And I could swear because what happened was at the end when she came up, she came to give us the bill and
She
everything.
must have been smoking hot. Then.
She's very cute. Very cute. I mean, the
It
waitress.
went from smoking hot to.
I didn't say smoker. She's just
You said the best you've ever seen.
Yeah, you did.
I said
smoking
the
hot.
greatest waitress. Your
No, you said
Prettiest
prettiest,
waitress.
waitress.
You're so pretty.
You're the prettiest waitress we've ever had. She's the only one there. She's like, thanks, asshole.
I did say.
So anyhow, okay, yeah, I'm
I
sorry.
just said, hey, okay, she brought us the bill, and I'm doing what I do, and just talking, saying, okay, well, here you go, and
Here you go, cutest waitress I've ever seen in my life.
I didn't say
And then,
that.
like, he was
He's
handing
like-
her the bill like this, and he grabbed out
Oh yeah, he's like,
the too long hold.
oh, keep the change. She's like, all $1.98.
Boyfriend comes over
Oh,
and
yeah.
curb stomps him.
I got 2 cents.
What are you
Make
doing?
it two even.
Yeah.
and I didn't round up for you. Right. So I could tell.
Hold on to those. They're trying to get the copper.
The quarter's silver. It was before 1960. So I was talking to her, and then he got up and went over and said, here's the thing, because when she would come over, they did that loud whisper where they're,
Yeah,
You could tell they were arguing, but trying to
a
whisper.
little bit of something going on.
A little bit of something. And I
Yeah.
thought, dude,
He's insecure.
right. Dude, when I was young, did you ever do that? Did you ever go to where your girlfriend was working? Like she worked at a restaurant like that?
If I went anywhere to look at a girl I was with or wanted to be with, it was just so I could look at her. You know,
Right.
it wasn't to police the crowd or stick up for her or anything. No, just like
That's Wayne in the
But
corner.
anyhow. So what happened here?
No, so that's what I was just getting at that where he ended up saying something to her, and I was like, and I told Ring, I said, dude, I think that's the boyfriend over there. And then
I think that's a boyfriend. Can you protect me if he attacks me?
So this is where you sometimes say things and not realize it, and then everybody reacts in the way that you don't want them to react. You know, and now mind you, everybody was quiet now around our area because he was so loud. It dominated the conversations. So I saw him go up and go down.
Oh,
sit-
dominated.
Yes.
dominated.
So
You know, we put miles on that conversation.
so what happened is I said, don't encourage him. No, look at him laughing. So I looked at him. I go, dude, I think that's the boyfriend over there. Now it was that kind of level, and so I said it, and he goes, you think? His volume.
Oh no!
You think that's the boyfriend? And I go, ugh. And
Which guy? The one down there?
Dude across the bar is like, yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's like, don't look. That guy.
So what happened is the three of us are there, the one that I said, and there's a couple next to us, and he goes, the boyfriend, you know, that kind of thing. And so everybody kind of turns and looks down at him, and he's sitting there with his cup of coffee. And I go, yeah, we're going to leave now. We're going to leave now because now we just embarrassed the poor kid.
Yeah.
Well, he kind of brought it upon himself.
There's only one mozzarella stick left. You might as well leave.
Here, dude, you want to dip this in your coffee or soda?
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck.
I could see Ed right as you pass him on the way out, like, dude, I'm sorry, and get into a discussion with him.
Really, she is really the prettiest waitress I've ever seen.
And I mean that with all
And
due respect.
I'll be honest with you. If I
Pets
was
his hair.
younger, I would ask her out. But don't let Wayne give her a ride home.
Yeah,
Whatever you do.
she'll feel out.
How is that cup of coffee? It looks really
I was
delicious.
just like, oh, dude, you know,
Are those mini marshmallows in that coffee?
wait a minute, are you a cocoa guy? What do you?
Nothing. Just ignore me.
Are you a cocoa guy?
Cocoa?
I drink cocoa.
Do
I
you?
mean, on special occasions, like never.
No, I'll drink cocoa, dude, in the winter
Do you?
when I don't want, because
Yeah,
I
I
only
mean-
want to drink one cup of coffee a day, and that's it.
Well, that's what I mean.
So I'll drink cocoa
Like
or
Christmas morning or something, I'll drink a cocoa.
I'll go with
he's
tea.
a 5.
I like tea too. Don't get
I
me
drink-
wrong.
But I put cream and sugar in it.
I just
You
drink
do?
tea
A lot, yeah.
I would enjoy like a cafe mocha with cream and sugar and, you know, the whole thing. Like,
No, sometimes I
It's
just
not
want a
cocoa,
cup
but
of hot
it's close.
cocoa.
See, coffee makes you poop, right?
Everything makes me poop. I don't have a gallbladder.
Well, it makes your
Breathing makes me poop.
capillaries constrict or
Right.
something like
Yes.
that.
What?
Yeah, and that's what makes you poop. It's the blood flow around your.
The blood flow's making
It
it's squeezing the
constricts,
shit out
right?
like a
Thank
toothpaste tube.
thank you, Wayne Neutron. That is correct.
Thank you for your approval.
Wait a minute, since we got him
Stealing my bit. What the
talking about
I'm so sorry. I think I got it from you, probably.
since you're
If he
talking
said too
about
close.
time?
In shows past.
Is it time for our drink of the week?
we can, sure. Why not?
Yeah.
We'll do drink of the week. Brought to you by us since
Wow.
Sense.
brought to you by us.
That's our own
Shit happens.
Cheap ass sponsor.
cheap ass sponsor that
But thank you for sponsoring us.
Ooh, I
all
might
those
want to
weights.
one of those.
in the past, I do want to thank Brown Helm Country Store. Thank you very much. But
What is this?
now that they're not going to sponsor us anymore,
New
they got,
owners.
they got bought out.
It's all good.
This
so
week,
we can cuss at them. I can take
Yeah,
a
we
little
can.
taster of
I'll take a little
somebody's.
taste.
yeah, there's glasses.
Can I have one of those cold Reese's cups?
Bring the whole thing out.
Oh, look at
the beer of the
that.
week is brought to you by North Coast Brewing Company, independent since 1988. It is is that Old Rasputin?
Old Rasputin. Makes sense. The can's taller. Anyone?
Sponsoring this
Anyone?
one?
Pretty good. Yeah.
Hell does that mean? What does that mean?
Rasputin is renowned for the size of his penis. It is actually at the Penis Museum. It is reportedly
Stop
the
it.
longest penis on record.
Get the hell out of here.
I can't say if it's
LP
true.
Now wait a minute. Do you think
Personal best?
record.
just for my own feeling good about myself, does size matter? What do you think with a
Well, it
woman?
doesn't matter to you.
No, wait a minute. Do you think? I mean, really? Only reason I know someone that
Is this clean?
Yeah. If it was upside down. Yeah.
No, it wasn't. Those are. Give me
It
one of
was
those little
upside
ones.
down. I flipped it over.
Here, no, just give me one of these little ones.
Here, go ahead. Pour yourself.
Does size matter?
Does size matter?
Because
I guess if it's
You should ask her.
only if it's small, it matters.
If you have to ask, then yes.
Yeah. Listen, she'll never say anything unless it's too small.
No, I don't know.
When?
Did you ever watch a Sex and the City where the girls were
No,
crying?
we never watched that.
Because the girls were crying because her boyfriend only had like a 3-inch dong.
Well, I can imagine that there's
That'd be a bummer
and
for
this
somebody.
is no
'Cause you
joking
can't-
aside. Imagine too big is probably not as
I was
comfortable
just
as
gonna
something
say,
that's, you know.
Have you ever had this conversation with women? Because I've had this conversation with many women, and they all say the same thing. Yes, size matters. But if it's too big or too small, as long as they know what to do with it, either way,
Oh, and
then
you're
it's fine.
screwed.
You know how to use it.
Right. If it's too big and you know not to shove it all the way and hurt them,
Shove
it's
it.
fine. Well, yeah, I
You
mean,
get used to it. Right, Chuck?
or if it's too small, but you know how to hit it all the right spots.
Do you ever see the serial number on a condom, Ed? Have you?
Only my dad's.
Oh, wow. I didn't know you could turn your head that far back.
He's like an owl.
He used to be flexible in his younger days.
That's right. That's right.
Dude, I don't know about this one.
I'm kidding. Is it good?
Maybe he's looking down between us like,
I was gonna say when your mouth is that close to the end of it,
wow, that's impressive.
Is it? What do you think of this?
I would not drink this.
I like it.
Yeah, it's really
I'm a
dark.
stout guy. I love stout.
This is
All right,
too-
So
I
It's
like
very,
that.
very
Do you
bitter.
really?
Yeah.
Well, you like White Raja.
I just had a
That's an
Whopper
IPA.
with it,
ooh,
chocolate.
fuck yeah.
Wow, what a great
Yeah.
combination. It tastes fantastic.
That might be good.
All right, so Old Rasputin. It is a imperial stout, Russian. If you like stouts, the imperials are a bit more bitter than a standard stout.
Yeah, it's
like
pretty
Guinness.
bitter.
Guinness is not very bitter.
No.
Guinness stout is a little more bitter. This is on the line of Guinness stout, but the bitter is more of a hoppy bitter than
a little
the stouty
crisper.
bitter. Yeah, it's got the good. It's
I
got
like it.
Some nice. I do too. It's got some
I mean,
good
like,
undertones.
this is one you can't drink all night.
No.
See, I never understood guys that go out for St. Patty's Day and
Why?
they'll drink Guinness.
No.
Isn't Guinness the same weight? I've only had one or two.
Hell with that. Give me that green draft beer. It's much
Right.
cheaper.
Yeah.
That's
it's
like the what do you call it? Christmas ale.
Oh, yeah.
I can drink maybe two of them.
It's too
and
much.
then it's
That's a
like
lot.
yeah, it's
too
especially
much.
with the
It's like
you
eating
know.
a meal.
Guinness for strength. I'm just saying.
Well, I heard a study that real quick. They did a study on people lived over 100, and the few things they had in common. A lot of them were farmers, but they sold all their product. They didn't have a lot of money. Honey was one of their products, and you sell the product, the honey, the true honey,
Right.
Yeah.
And you kept the royal jelly, which
Right.
was the stuff they feed the queen.
Yeah.
Right.
In there, and that's the byproduct of straight honey is what's
Right.
left. I don't know if it's in the bottom of the comb, whatever it is, but
Like a
the royal
concentrate.
jelly, because you could take. Remember, for a while, Bees royal jelly was a
thing.
like a supplement
Right.
you
Yeah.
take, and it was
Yeah.
like a.
Right.
They could consider it a superfood,
Correct.
like avocado
Yep.
or. And
Kelp.
the other thing they had,
Aphrodisiac.
1 pint of Guinness a day.
long strand
Oh,
spinach.
I'm gonna live for fucking ever.
Wait,
Really?
really?
Oh, I love Guinness. I can drink Guinness all day.
But it was an independent study,
Yeah.
apparently. But
by the founders of Guinness.
yeah, right.
Founders
right.
of Guinness.
By the founders of Guinness,
If you-
Bumblebee Tuna, and
Wow, this is good for me. Give me 10. Right? No, that's not how it works.
Guinness and
Like, but then I don't have to drink it for 9 more days. I'm good.
did you talk about our sponsors, Andrew Grizzle
we
and
we passed it up.
No,
Thank you,
sorry.
Andrew.
Do it.
Andrew.
A real shout out, real quick, to no, the only one that I'll mention right now, because Ziggy's always go to Ziggy's
Ziggy's Pub and Restaurant.com.
Always go to them. Muscle Vodka.
blow it up.
This one is Andrew. The graphic will come up on the screen.
tastes
Andrew
great.
Grizzle from Allstate Insurance Company, independent agent at North Ridgeville, Ohio. 440-327-8744. Please get a hold of the guy. He will definitely save you some money on life, auto, health, the whole 9 yards.
And if you're not downtown Amherst and can't make it to Ziggy's Pub and Restaurant, and you're across
call.
town,
Yep.
check out Sal and Al's
Good
Yeah.
call.
on Cooper Foster Park Road in Amherst, Ohio.
Yeah.
But if you're by Ziggy's, by all means check them out because
Yes.
their food's really
Ziggy's
good.
has that new thin crust pizza.
Yeah.
It's huge.
It is enormous.
See?
Oh, I loved it.
Wait a minute.
It's like New York style.
It's really
okay,
good.
so we were talking pizza. I love New York style pizza.
This is he and I were
You would
talking.
have you had one yet? The
Not
thin?
from Ziggy's, no.
Oh, it's
I go to Sweet Basil's
this
in Westlake.
See, I'm not into
Have you been
that.
to Sweet Basil's?
He and I were talking mall food. Remember they used to have the pizza place.
Sbarro.
In the mall?
Sbarro's.
Sbarro.
Well, they
wasn't
had,
a fan.
They had Capri Pizza too.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Right.
Capri Pizza was a giant slice of pizza, bigger than a paper plate, because it came on a paper plate, and it was like $2.
Mm-hmm.
And when we were in high school, that's all the money we had because we needed the rest for Boone's Farm and weed.
Yeah.
So,
True.
so you would go to Capri Pizza and get this giant slice of pizza.
Oh yeah.
Now, but see, I don't like thin slice. One, you have to do that because I don't like a floppy pizza.
Got to fold it.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, you got to
see,
do the.
The
proper
U-shape
method.
is you
Yeah.
do the U shape.
Yeah.
The fold I don't like, and to me also it always seems dry, like there's no sauce on.
I don't know where
I
you're
love a
getting-
lot of sauce on pizza.
too.
So why? So same thing too. So
I always order extra sauce no matter where I go.
So you're a deep dish guy.
There's
That's
a
what you're
place
saying.
we go to the Elbow Room in Fort Lauderdale on the beach.
Oh, here he goes
And there's
name
a
dropping.
place. There's a place up like 2 doors down from it. And when you leave there, you go there, and it's the pizzas are out, the big ovens and everything, and everybody's in and out. People are hammered, and it's just a walk up, grab. You could eat at a table, but they are
Is it like CC's?
They're probably 30-foot, no, or 30-inch pizza. No, this is like really. They're throwing them in the air, tossing them everything.
Hey,
And it's that-
Gazziliano!
It's that really thin pizza, and it's delicious.
Come here, you
They
no good
deliver-
motherfucker. Let me make you a pizza.
Do they deliver it with drones?
They deliver from one side of the counter to the other. That's it.
Come here, you mook.
That's it.
That's all right. See, here's the thing too.
And I'll be there in
I
2
like
weeks.
I like deep. I'm a huge fan of deep dish pizza. But there's two, isn't there?
There's a Chicago style that I had recently, and
Which
it's
is
the sauce
soup and
is
a
on
crust.
the sauce is on the top, and
Yes.
the cheese is under the
Underneath,
sauce.
yeah.
and they're thick. It comes in an actual pie foil.
Yeah.
And because my investment
That's not
guy
even
sent
deep
me
dish.
frozen
That's
one from-
completely.
he
That's
sent me from
Chicago style.
Wait, see,
Well,
wait.
it came from Chicago, and it said Chicago style, and it was from Chicago. And he sent it as like a Christmas gift, a big box.
Yeah.
Right?
How
Philly
much did you
cheesesteak
invest
and-
with him? My investment guy doesn't even give me a card. I'm lucky
yeah.
I got my tax forms.
He bought me 3 squares for the Super Bowl.
You're kidding. You're kidding. Oh my goodness. Oh, you're kidding.
Oh,
See, here's the thing.
Big. Yeah, he's a great dude.
The Chicago.
I hope you bet on the Bills.
There's
In the 90s.
a pizza. There's one
It's
that
a
is
joke.
burnt on the edges. Deep dish. Is that Chicago?
That's Detroit.
That's
That's
Detroit.
Pizza
Okay,
Hut.
yeah.
And then there's the other one you're talking about with all sauce on the
Right.
top.
That's
I didn't think
Chicago.
I'd like it, and it was fantastic.
You did or did?
The crust is completely. It was almost more like not a pie,
Or
not a
lasagna?
pizza, kind of in between. It was
Yeah.
a crispy,
East of
more
Chicago.
like a
Used to make those.
not a
Did they?
pastry, but
Yeah.
thick. Like,
crust.
like,
Oh, yeah.
like a pie crust almost.
Oh, yeah.
But it didn't crumble. It was like a pizza. But
Was it? Hey, Monk. What was the you made a pizza out of?
Wieners?
cardboard,
Not we. Not we.
Well, the shape of your hands, I wasn't sure where you were going.
meat lover.
No crust, hold the sauce.
Ooh,
No, Monk. You made not out of.
It was called a hot dog.
No, not ciabatta. Was it ciabatta bread?
No, what? My flatbread pizza?
Yes. Yeah. What was that made out of?
flatbread, dummy.
No.
Naan bread.
Made out of naan,
No. There it is. Naan. That's what I was,
Okay,
that's
right.
the word I was
saw the
looking
little
for.
mini naan.
which
Yeah. He.
translates to bread.
yeah,
That is flat.
flatbread. Yeah.
I'm just. That came out completely different in
I tell you,
here.
those have to be the biggest profit for a restaurant. A flatbread pizza.
Yeah.
Because they're not making it right there usually, I think, unless they just roll the dough out. But
Right.
it's just like it's not that big, and it's like
Look-
and they're still like $15.
Oh, yeah.
Anyone that
Yeah.
does it does a.
Mine, I'll sell you mine more than that.
they do
I'm
a
in.
margarita
18.
pizza.
Right.
A margarita is basically what? Just sauce. You throw in some
Basil.
basil.
And big
Sauce,
hunks,
basil.
You know, it's
Tomato,
tequila,
maybe, or
And lime.
lime juice.
big hunks of mozzarella.
margarita, and the salt around the rim.
Margarita you talking about?
A pizza margarita, not the drink with tequila. See, that's the thing though. Pizza. He was talking about Sbarro. I liked it to a point. It was
Well,
just
it
so
was
dry.
mall food.
I didn't
That's-
like their sauce.
Right,
You know, that's where you get a
They
good
still have one on the turnpike.
It's all about
Yeah,
the sauce
they do.
for me.
Now here's the thing.
Pasta, pizza, whatever.
Right.
My mom did traditional Italian sauce, which was very runny.
Right.
I'm not a big runny.
It's homemade more. Than,
It's horrible.
you
It's
got to
amazing,
cook
like,
it down
You're
for
right.
hours.
I just listened to the show you guys
They were in
talked
a
about.
hurry
that.
over there at the
Did
Money
we?
House. They had
Yeah,
to get
you
to-
and Chuck talked about. I'm sorry, Mom.
Did we talk about this?
You talked about like the last show that it was just you two, and you guys were talking about pizza and
Oh,
sauce
sorry.
and spaghetti and sauce being runny.
Yeah,
and like he said, he said exactly the same thing.
Right.
Chuck said exactly the same thing that Wayne did. It's,
You reduce
if
it,
it's
yeah, it's-
thin, you just boil it down. It's called reduction.
There
Reduce
is.
it. Yeah.
Right, and then you get it to thick. That's how you like. I come from an Italian family. I make my grandfather's recipe, and it's
Super thin.
90% water.
Oh,
but
yeah.
at the end, from like 2 gallons, you get half a gallon of sauce
right.
because
Right.
you boil it down. But it
Yeah.
becomes such a great sauce.
Right.
That's how you get it there. You've got to boil it
That's
down.
called their Sunday sauce.
There's
Yeah.
endless recipes
Yes.
that call for a reduction.
right.
And you cook it down, and it almost bubbles like a what do you call it? Like
A roux.
like a syrupy, yeah, like a
like a
roux
roux.
or something.
I want to do that with beets and get like a
Oh,
nice
okay.
sweet beets.
Some beet sauce.
Some beet sauce.
Don't you like beets?
There's some dishes that have that, and I can't think of them right now, but there really is. It's like
Borscht. That's cold beets, Russian
Yeah.
soup.
Is it?
right?
It's
Yeah.
beet
Yeah.
stems or something.
Yeah,
You know
it's,
what?
it's cold soup.
borscht.
Have you ever eaten either ceviche, which is just
Yes.
raw? You have?
Yeah,
Cold
In
tomato
the
soup.
In the Bahamas, is conch salad. Is
Oh, yeah.
ceviche. It's the acidity
You're
of
thinking
the
of gazpacho.
citrus acidity cooks
You're
it
right, I am.
basically.
We've talked about this.
Yeah,
He said
it's-
he's done
yeah.
it.
This
Yeah,
is all, yeah.
I just
Ceviche.
anyway.
Rehashing shit we talked
since
about.
We said,
Yeah.
so we got you on. You wanted to talk about a urine test.
Oh, I go whenever I have to go. If I get any prescription, whatever, they drug test you, whatever, for anything.
Anytime you do
Anything
it,
is any opiates
do
or
they
whatever.
do that a lot on your job?
or well, you can get a random or whatever. But anyhow, I go in there and I was just screwing around, and for some reason it just came over me. I peed in the cup and I filled it up pretty good, and there was like a little bit of foam at the top,
Foam?
To just scrape it off with a knife.
I had to go real bad, so it was
Yeah.
and I was.
I'm gonna need another cup.
When I walked out, just to fuck with these girls, that
Yeah.
work there, I walked out and I did one of these. I was like, "Ooh, here you go." I said it was a little too full. Took the foam off the top, and I kind of did my bottom lip on my mustache, and she fell
They're
over.
in that trailer.
It just hit her "Whoa." But yeah, that was the whole story. Yeah.
Dude, do you know what?
Short but funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what's worse is asparagus pea?
Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Dude, it made,
Asparagus or Brussels sprouts? You know,
Okay,
Brussels
I
sprouts
hate-
do it too? Aren't
I
they in the
hate
same
Brussels
family though?
sprouts.
like who fucking what cat was just in this
Oh, yeah, it's
bathroom? It is
definitely-
nasty.
Stinky pea.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? He told a story one time that we're at the auto place that Chuck worked at. That a guy did he poop in the cup or something? He did something in the cup.
No, he took a test and he had to shit too, and he's
That's
like, "It's
the
gonna get
story
really
I told.
nasty." Yeah,
Yeah, that
I
was
told
him.
Yeah, the guy's 6'5" and he's got a red beard. They called him Viking. And he's like, I'm telling you, there's like 90, 95 degrees. The trailer had no ventilation. And it was just like a toilet and a area you walk in.
Right.
Everybody's in line, tight.
Right?
And they're in this trailer. And he's like, listen. And the nurse is right there. She had to watch, kind of, not watch, but.
right.
And he's like, I'm telling you right now, I have to, if I piss, I got to take a shit. She's like, we got to do this. Everybody is mandatory. So he's
do
like,
you
all
do
right.
it?
He's
so everybody leaves.
so he, oh no.
like,
He said, apparently he sat down right there and put the cup in front of him and peed. And as he peed,
He dropped a
he
deuce.
dropped and it was,
like
people were,
I can just see he's sitting there and you hear bloop, and he hands it up to him.
oh, he's like, I told you. He absolutely destroyed the trailer and everyone in it. We were talking like 12 guys in line.
That's
And it's
awesome.
100 degrees. He's like, I told you. He even said, hey, you guys might want to
Leave
keep
for a
the
little
same line, but step out. They're
wait
"Whatever."
outside.
Nobody moved. He's like, all right, here we go.
Like, can't say I didn't warn you.
It's fucking great.
I did want to. Since Monk is here and he can defend himself,
Where's the fun in that?
I love Pluto TV. Do you have? He's got me going.
Didn't we talk about this last time?
I got a
We
Fire
did.
Stick that gets
Do
every
you-
85,000 channels or something like that. So I get Pluto TV,
Yeah.
and it's got 200 channels on its own.
Yeah.
And it's one little spot.
Did we talk about his show that he's got me watching?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
talked
we
about
did.
it last
Yeah.
time.
I don't remember
Maybe.
talking about
Yeah, I
it.
feel like
Are
we've talked
you-
about everything on
Sorry.
this list.
Wow.
Sorry.
Ed, you're daft.
I probably am. I've got a lot.
All right, so Ed, you said you peed on a girl.
Oh God!
I wrote it down. We're going to talk about it.
Well,
Oh,
How
let's
did this
dig
happen?
into this one.
Years ago.
Let me find some sound effects here. For this. Here we go.
Years ago, sorry for the audience for anything we regurgitated. I must have had on listen, not paying attention. Years ago, they were talking, these guys, before the mics came on,
I have no idea what you're talking about.
That's a good one.
about experiment. When you experiment with.
Nobody
someone-
works.
Right.
You were saying you peed on a girl.
And we just
I mean, in
Went
the shower.
further.
We're not experimenting.
Yeah, they're German scamp horn.
He
Was there a
the
glass
German
table involved?
born.
I was
I
just
don't know
saying that
anything
when you're
about it.
scrolling through your list and there's that random one and you're like, no. Huh.
Yeah, how does that end up in your
Like, I did not look for
Right,
that at
right,
all.
Right.
Swipe it up.
There was one time.
Ed's like, I was looking for dogs. I don't know where this came from.
I have never gone down. This one girl I was dating, she was very adventurous.
and you let her get away. Now look at you.
It's like, let me put the plastic sheets on.
Well, when you're young and you are with a girl and she starts talking stuff and you're like, well,
Dude, when you're young, you don't give a shit what they say.
Right.
I'm in! Because that means I'm going to get some poo nanny.
So it was her idea.
well, yes.
As long as she consented.
Yeah,
Right.
we were doing one act orally.
And to answer your question, Ed, at these points, this is where size does not matter.
right.
Right, and she
At all.
She was doing things, and this is when I had my waterbed. Matter of fact, when I had the waterbed,
You really had
Good
a
thing.
waterbed.
Wow.
Easy cleanup.
Oh my gosh.
yeah.
Unless it
To
ran down
get
on
around
the side.
sides. Yeah. Oh,
You gotta drain it, pull it
yeah.
out,
Throw some oil
get
dry
your wet
in there.
dry vac.
It'll smell like your
oil dry.
your bed smells like your elementary school bathroom.
Remember that. Holy.
Yeah, I mean, if you were
For
going
the
to do
bathroom at the stadium.
I don't even know what exactly you're going to say, but wouldn't you do it somewhere other than where you lay?
Well, he's trying to make it sound like it's an accident.
I've done it in the shower.
He's like-
I've done it in the shower with a girl.
It's,
Power wash the
I did,
butthole.
and they did. Yeah,
It's
I mean,
exact
You're in the
words.
shower.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you
It's a
pee in
big
the shower.
shower.
and you
Like,
peed on her in the shower.
peed on and got peed on.
It's a water fight.
You're
in the shower. Who cares?
Who cares? I mean, it's
here it is. I accidentally peed on her.
I didn't have asparagus though. That hot steam.
No. No.
He
Let's
did
stick
say
on-
he accidentally. So I'm wondering how you
yeah.
accidentally.
Well, we were doing stuff, and we were in an act.
You were 69ing?
No.
She was doing you?
You're allowed to say it.
Yeah, okay.
That's
yes,
an
I don't
adult
wanna-
show.
Okay, yeah. She was pleasuring me, and I said, "Hey, look, you've never had where you got to go to the restroom?"
No.
Yeah. But if I have an erection, I don't think I can pee.
Yeah, it's very
It's
hard.
very difficult.
It's very hard. Sorry, that was
sensation
no
is still
pun
there.
intended.
Yeah, right.
Because sometimes you're drinking and you're having a good time.
Yes.
And
But
you're
once
drinking,
again, you're like, listen, I'm doing this.
but you got no.
It's all or nothing.
dude. Sometimes when you got to pee, you got to pee.
Yeah,
Why
but
did
not
you-
while she's.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was like,
She's in the middle of doing something, and you're like, well, I guess, hold on, I got to take a leak.
Now seems good.
You wonder why they're not together.
Yeah, or with anyone.
So, ladies,
we were in an act, and then all of a sudden I said, I gotta go, and she continued.
So maybe she was into it.
I feel like we've had this conversation before.
No.
Or I've heard it on the show before I was here.
This is the first I've heard of it.
And I kind of had it just start happening because I was like,
It just started happening.
to look for. What? Yeah. Dude, you had to pee. I had to pee. I was drinking.
Did you rock a dump on her chin?
Oh my gosh.
I mean, might as well. It was an accident.
Dude, and I peed. And I'm like, so I started to pee, and she just kind of just stood there and
Like, was scared?
Waited till you were done.
Was she like a deer in the headlights?
yes, kind of yes.
Oh, so she
but
wasn't.
with her mouth
she wasn't
open.
into it.
I mean,
Did she leave
Was
right
she-
after that?
No, I got towels and stuff.
Well, didn't
And then
it?
she left.
Wouldn't it just like shoot you all over your face and everything? If you had because if she backed off and you're laying there, it's, I don't know, simple.
No,
Well, I mean, if it was in her hand, she had control.
Oh, if it was still in her hand.
Yeah, and it just started happening. It just happened.
Yeah.
And
No.
I've,
Is
I
she
don't
like
buy
a little
that.
kid with a whole? Yeah. You ever have a girl like?
She wrote her name.
Listen, have you ever had a girl
was
say,
shorthand.
"Can I hold it while you pee?" and stand behind you?
Oh,
and
yeah.
see,
Like this
Yeah.
is fun. I could do it. I was like, whoa, easy.
only my
Yeah, we
sister.
still got to hit the target.
right,
Still peeing here. Calm down.
Yeah.
Really, you had a girl wanted to.
Oh yeah.
A quarter-inch of movement here is a foot down there. So
You're doing the math, so it's a parabolic chamber. You gotta
Yeah, I
do
mean,
the math and figure
When
out
I
where
was
it's gonna go.
younger, just like screwing around.
Right.
You know?
See,
Yeah.
there you go. And now,
but didn't
Well,
pee on her.
don't make these the same. There's no comparison.
You said, I have got to go.
I gotta go.
And then you just peed on her.
And then
and then she just sat there
just-
in awe. But you're trying to say she was into it. I'm no mathlete. But things aren't adding up.
Right. There's something
Yeah,
missing or
she-
left out or
well,
Was she like, what the fuck did you just do?
we didn't date much after that.
yeah.
After that,
Reasons.
there. You okay?
Did they call you Ed the P Money?
Okay, just like when no, wait a minute, it took me a second to
P
chase
money.
that. I had to chase that down.
Yeah.
Have you ever been in the act and farted?
Always.
Always. Just kidding. It's happened before, but not always.
Right, and it's
I don't know if
embarrassing.
that's ever happened to me.
I have.
Okay, and how do you react to it?
We laugh.
Just keep going.
What do you mean you laugh?
We can fart in front of each other.
Yep.
Well,
It wasn't a first date or anything.
No,
You
God,
know,
right,
so-
right.
It was
I mean-
like 15 minutes after the first date.
Right.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't
Just
like
kidding,
as
just
long
kidding.
as it wasn't 69, you're okay.
Wow.
That would be.
Dude,
That's kind of a
Her
deal
hair,
breaker.
her bangs.
I mean, have you had an embarrassing moment with your wife before or no?
No.
Really?
You can't
I've never-
have an embarrassing moment
I've
with
never
your wife.
peed on my wife. I've never
have.
shit on my wife.
You
I have
said
not.
you in your bed one time when you were sick, you farted and sharted.
She was not even home.
Oh, so
Yeah,
you
and there was like no coitus
did
going
that?
on.
what with
Right.
her? You
What?
never like
Peed on my wife? No.
Well, see, there's still things you can do, even though you've been
So there's
together a long
options.
time. Yeah, you still have.
Right.
You
See?
can still go there.
Well, with the internet, we're always full of options.
Just
but-
like okay, the first time for me when
Yeah, why did you bring up I was sick of shit in the bed? Would you think she'd be blowing me while I was had 102 fever?
He's trying to
Yeah.
validate what happened to him with our
a little bit.
experiences.
Just
See, same thing.
We have never peed on anybody out of consent. That's all I'm saying. We didn't accidentally.
and I've
while
never
we were
shit
getting-
on my wife nor any
Just
of
like,
that.
okay, when you're young and you're it's not that I
Don't
was
blame young.
Yeah.
This is not a young blaming thing. This
When
is
I was young
It
and-
just happened.
and you're dating girls that want
Oh,
to
and then you
experiment,
accidentally pee on them.
and they say like the first time that I had to use with a woman a dildo on her.
Oh,
You had to.
and you're just not big enough. Size does
Where
matter.
I was going.
No, it's
Size does matter, Pinky. And
hole's
pee money.
getting-
Yeah.
This hole's
The
getting
pee-
deeper and deeper.
Hey, thumb dick, pick
you're
up that
finished-
power tool.
If you're finished, go in that drawer there and let Reggie finish.
Hey, can you bring me some double A's?
Yeah, plug it in on your way out.
no,
D's.
you know,
Jeez. Plug that sucker in.
Yeah.
Corded.
it's got a Hemi. I know. The first time I was with a girl and we went to like they had Priscilla,
Mart or whatever.
They had Priscilla's. Remember
Yeah.
Priscilla's?
You went to an adult toy store.
Adult toy store and said, okay, fine, let's go experiment. And she did it. And, you know, we don't know the equipment.
Was that good for you, honey?
Like they do. And so they say, okay, you know, use this on me. Well, I don't.
Did you go pick one or were you like, use this on me?
She's like, here's my
They're like,
select.
sir, that's my thermos full
Yeah.
of coffee.
Could you leave the pen?
So you say, okay, you know, I'm as a young guy, young 20s, you know, and don't know what you're doing, kind of ish. Again,
I'm kind of thinking you still
Or
don't.
50s.
no, look at you, just laughing and laughing. And then I look at the folded shoulders that are folded.
Ed, I'm going to lend you my Kama Sutra. You're going to learn some things.
And then you did it. And,
Yeah,
you know,
but it's always funner with a partner.
You do stuff, and they go, you know, the girl says deeper. I went deeper, but I didn't realize it wasn't a good thing to do going that deep. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
like I
Which
went.
goes back to the size thing. Sometimes you don't want to be that deep.
I went home like I was digging for gold.
What were you, the Curse of Oak Island? I think we found a treasure down here.
Just an old railroad timber.
I mean, really, how did you feel the
That
first?
reaction tells our audience we've all watched that show.
Right.
I've had the remote
saying.
control one.
What? Oh, where
Yeah, with
the
a little
panties?
bullet that
Oh,
you
okay.
Oh,
and
yeah.
you go out with the girl and you got it on your
Yeah.
Your keychain, you're like,
Then you hand it to a random stranger and say, toggle this
Yeah.
periodically.
I can't get my car started. Can you?
Is that Monk's sound effect or yours? That's
Not
good.
mine.
Oh, that's good. Sounds like a razor that's just laying a thing. I mean, really,
crawling
did
across the counter.
You did it where you were at the table or something, and they had it. You were.
It was a long time ago. Yeah.
You weren't like. You were in.
Oh, it's
oh
in
yeah,
public.
it's in public. It's more fun in public.
That's
you let
what
them
it's
walk
for.
ahead of you
yeah,
and see the reaction of people when she's like, "Ah."
yeah.
Did
and
you-
dudes are like, what the
Did it
fuck?
ever get
and then they
lost?
look at you and
Yeah.
go,
Because
Yeah.
every dude will
How
know.
would you like your steak? Medium, rare, rare. No.
Did it ever get lost in there? I mean, like
no,
It gets hung up on that lumber.
Yeah.
there's a retrieval cord, Ed.
Yeah.
it could break. Things break, and then you get
Like your wiener.
Okay, I will say this: when I was in
That was low. Sorry.
No, it happened.
I know it
It
did,
did.
but that was
Yeah.
that was
It did.
low. Come on.
there was one time I was with this girl. I'll say it, and we were. This is when I learned you don't use flavored jellies, stuff like that. Like you right. You don't use like the lubes that have like strawberry flavor.
Oh, yeah.
They're questionable.
Worcestershire.
Cocktail sauce.
Why not? That sounds pretty good.
This has an M on it, and it says sweet and sour.
It's in the fridge. He's like, hey, do you like barbecue?
You want tangy or ranch?
I'm using teriyaki sauce and stuff. A beef jerky.
Teriyaki
I don't know
lube.
what this is, but the label's in Chinese.
Pineapple-y.
Sweet and sour cock.
I think I might have heard this story.
Where it disappeared on me. We were using.
Wait, whoa. What disappeared?
We
The whole tube.
The relationship.
What,
No.
were you filling it like a donut?
we were at a place, a hotel, and they left a little fruit basket for us, and we were adventurous.
So you were
Using
playing
a
hide the fruit.
grapefruit.
And we were playing. You put it there, then you go down.
You
and
retrieve it with your mouth.
You
like a
retrieve-
pie eating contest.
That's my pie.
like a bike.
Awesome.
You want to do it on the moon?
And and we put a particular piece of fruit there, and I went down, and then I came up, and I said,
Hey, I can't find the pineapple.
I was just going to say pineapple.
Anybody see my rogue pineapple?
That dragon fruit is prickly.
That worst part is it was a whole pineapple.
That's what I did. Yeah.
yeah, and it kind of,
Oh,
Oh, wait,
what was
it went?
it? Like a grape? Or
it was strawberry,
Well, it could.
oh,
Her Kegels were on point.
and it went, it went,
So did you get it out?
shh, well,
just
me,
tell her to bear down. Is that what you
She's crowning.
bear down?
It's a strawberry.
Yeah, I don't know.
and it just, so it's just, you just said no.
It's like the USO ping pong ball show. Across the room.
Right. No, and it kind of left the building. So she said, "No, I got it." She went in the restroom, and she
Fished it out.
fished it out.
Well, I mean, lack of better words.
Yeah. So,
Fished
and
it out.
that's when we were like, Ed, you don't do this anymore. And there's certain things.
And you're like, all right.
Hey, you live,
As
you learn.
As you slowly put the pear back in the basket,
It's like, Mom.
she's like, move over, Ed. I'll get this.
It's like, so no fig Newtons?
I'm just saying that I get there's time you get aggressive at times when you're with
What, like you fight them?
no when
you
you're
wrestle?
when you're with a woman.
Well, you get that animal, yeah, but you don't always turn to props. I don't know.
I mean, did you have a tickle fight, a pillow fight? What happened?
See, I'm not. That's the. I would never. I was always afraid. Dude, listen, I was always afraid.
We're trying, but you're not making a
of
sentence.
tying down. I never would do that. Like with girls, they'd say, handcuff me to the
Why
bed.
are you afraid of them just walking out after you peed on her?
Not on me. Just with girls nowadays, you
And
can't.
you see the other one walking up with the pineapple you lost.
It's on.
Dude, nowadays, you could never do that. You could never tie up a girl like that. Nowadays, dude.
If she says you can, you can.
If you know them.
I still wouldn't do it.
Why?
I still wouldn't do it because the fact that
What if she's like, dude, I love being tied up?
I mean, it's all, and I think half of it is trust.
Right.
That's the turn on, probably.
Right, exactly.
The
If-
trust.
I guess I just can't find
Yeah.
someone to trust right now.
Or anyone.
That might be it.
Your safe word should not be harder.
It's-
Let, I don't know where to go with this other than so I was married for 12 years, right?
Right? Yeah.
My wife and I tried plenty of things in bed because, what the hell, we're married. We'll have fun.
Yeah.
I am claustrophobic. I don't like to
Are
be
you?
Yeah, I don't like to be constrained.
so what if she tied you up, put a pillowcase over your head, and threw you in the closet?
Dutch oven.
I let her handcuff me
Oh God.
to the bed.
Oh God.
And it freaked me out because I
Right.
was handcuffed,
Right.
but it was so worth it.
Right. But there was trust.
But there
I
was
mean,
trust, like Wayne said, there was trust, there was consent. It was, yes, I'm allowing you to do this, but you're going to get me out of this, right? Because I can't mentally take it.
No, wait. I'm still stuck on a.
But that's what you
claustrophobia.
want. You want the
Right.
whole new wave of endorphins, whatever you want.
Right.
So, like, people jump out of airplanes for a reason.
Right.
Yeah.
To get that rush.
I get that just for them saying, "Yeah, I'll go out with you."
You want to be on that.
Right.
Some people.
You don't get that rush too often, do you?
I guess if you're comfortable with somebody and you know them well enough, you could go to that edge
Oh,
for
yeah,
the other.
absolutely.
So
But
tough.
you have to be. It's not something you do a week, a year into it. Maybe it's more than.
Oh, yeah, it was
you
like
know.
5 or 6
yeah,
years.
it's not your
Yeah.
first date.
Did you see the movie?
The secretary?
No.
50 Shades of Grey.
No. It's a new one with Tom Cruise's ex-wife.
Deadpool. Oh, Nicole Kidman.
Yeah. Nicole Kidman movie.
I don't
saw it
remember
in
the name, but I know
theater.
what you're talking about.
Have you seen it?
No.
Okay. It's pretty good, but it's very intense.
Oh, really? Yeah.
And there's some scenes in there that are edgy.
Questionable?
Yeah.
Yeah. What is it called?
More edgy than Eyes Wide
No,
Shut?
wait, you like?
Because that was,
You said you were
It's different. It's different.
claustrophobic.
oh, yeah.
So is it like you don't like elevate?
I don't
Can
like
you go in
being
an elevator?
confined. So claustrophobic might not be the right term because I have no problem with small spaces that I know are
Right.
like elevators are no problem. I've been in caves that are tiny,
Fuck that.
like that I could crawl in and out of. But if
I
it's
can't do that.
if it constricts me where I can't move, so that's to the point. Like if I can't move, if I'm constrained, like if I were handcuffed, if I were arrested, I'd freak out and probably break my wrist.
Yeah.
Get out of here! Really?
I cannot
Yeah, I could see
handle
that.
having
I would.
my.
I have a little bit of that.
I can't be bound.
Dude,
like,
I'm-
Yeah.
like you could handcuff me in front, but if you
Yeah.
put them behind my back, I'll break my wrist trying to get out.
I can't
I
watch.
can't not.
I can't watch like
Yeah.
these guys that go in these caves
Like
and
where
they're
there's
God.
it's
squeezing
black,
in.
and they're or scuba diving through like
Oh, yeah,
where they had
absolutely.
to rescue those kids in
Yep.
Thailand.
Now I've been through
Yeah, but
almost
Forget
every
it,
single
yeah.
cave in Hinckley, which is a couple miles
Yeah,
south
I've
of
been there.
here. There's rocks, you can climb them, you can splunk through them. There's caves, there's rifts, whatever. Been through almost all of them, even to the point where you could barely move.
see, I can't
But
do
I
that.
know I can get in and out. But as soon as I get to the point where I can't move anymore,
Oh.
I stop and turn around. Like I
thought-
Yeah, you know you can get
Right.
in and out. That's what all them
Right.
guys say when
That's it.
yeah, it was called the movie's called
fucking
Baby
news
Girl.
story.
So
Okay.
like
A
new one,
bondage,
Baby Girl.
no, I can never do bondage because that's a step too far. Can't do that.
Dude, there was a story that I want to say it's in Chile. I mean, it was a South American country where a baby fell down in a pipe.
That's recent, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they sent that kid from the village. He was like 11.
Yeah.
Tell me balls of steel.
Yep.
They took this kid, for the audience out there, look it up. And they took this kid. He was brave enough for whatever. His father was so proud. The mayor was giving him awards. They took this scrawny little, because he was a pipe or like
We
a
get
well, tied him by like a bungee on his ankles and sent him head down inside this tube
To grab the kid.
all the way down this tube
Nope.
to grab the kid.
If that were me, the kid would have died. I'd have been like, nope.
I'd be like, you got any of those fishing magnets?
I feel
Maybe she's magnetic.
I feel
Yeah.
uncomfortable even hearing about
Right.
it.
Like, nope.
That's yeah, but
Yeah.
go ahead.
Did you ever see that movie, The Descent? Where the girl,
Yes.
they were like squeezing through the little things in
Yes.
the cave,
Yep.
and the one got stuck, and they made her like breathe. I had to stop it for a minute because I was breathing with her.
Oh
kidding,
yeah.
yeah.
See,
Oh,
that's it's
I see-
underwater movies and stuff too. You're
Do you
just
know
like-
also if I went over this is
Side adventure.
that this is a part I had a lot
Yeah.
of fears and you wonder why and I actually watch movies and then I get roped into it.
Validated. This is why I'm afraid of this.
What's even worse is when I go talk to numbskulls like Farmer Ron, his older brother, who lives 5 houses down from me. This guy does sandblasting, and he'll sandblast inside of, like, say, water towers.
Yeah,
stuff
inside
like
of
that.
vessels.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right.
sure.
And he underwater welds. Well, he told me this story that there's a. What's in Painesville? Morton Salt.
Morton Salt.
Morton Salt.
Oh,
is
the
over
salt
in Pain-
mines.
and he had to go in this tube, and he said it was.
Cargill.
Was it Cargill?
In Cleveland.
Cargill, yeah.
Okay.
Cargill mine.
Okay.
Yeah, the mines under
it
the
goes
lake.
under the lake.
And it's like a 4 mile.
Yes.
All right, so I worked for a company where we
Yes.
had the contract to do something at Cargill. What?
Real
Yes.
quick.
We've done work
Cribbs'
for-
wife worked there for years.
Yeah. Cargill.
So
Anyhow,
I said no to this because they're like, we need to go into the mine. We need to check out like their retrieval, basically the rails that go up and down. And it's like a bobsled. Think
Like
of
a luge?
like skeleton or luge.
Yeah.
You lay on this little sled that's on rails, and the tube is maybe 24 inches
That's
diameter.
right.
fuck that.
And it's like 4 miles long, and you start on land, and when you're done, you're like 2 miles under the lake.
Nope.
Nope. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, I can't do that. They're like, why not? I was like, because I won't make it halfway down. I'm like, I will not fucking make it. I will freak out. I will not
You
be on
look
that
like
sled
Ralphie in A
anymore.
Christmas Story, climbing
Right.
back to the
I'll
top.
be climbing
You know
back
what they'll
up
do?
that goddamn thing
They'll-
so fast.
They'll send an 11-year-old down the
Send
tube
an
to get
11-year-old
him.
to
grab him.
me. They're like, send down the boy. Send him down.
Send me the boy. I can't do it.
Like, and they showed me videos after that. They took down cameras because we had to film
Yes.
the whole thing. And I'm like, no.
Right.
Oh,
Dude, he told me this story. Would you call Cargill? He told me this story where they paid him goo gobs of money. He said
sure.
he made in this one job. He said he made enough that he took time off of work, like months off of work, but he had to crawl like whatever the dimension of that tube was, and he sandblasted. So he had to
They
wear
had to clean
all
the whole,
this.
he cleaned the inside of it. Yeah. Fuck that.
He had to wear all this gear and a respirator
Yep.
and a tie on him. Hooked up,
Yeah.
and he inched his way down. He said it was a grand total of 90 meters, whatever that equates out to.
90 meters, 3 feet in a meter.
300
So-
feet.
300 feet. Where
Yeah.
he went in, there was an angle, went in, an angle, went all the way down, had to sandblast the whole inside of it, and when he was done, they like pull him back.
Sure.
So he went basically the length of a football field.
Right.
Yeah.
Crawling in a tube.
Yeah.
Fuck that. I couldn't crawl 10 feet these days.
Oh, Andy.
Dude, I had to put these slidable shelves
Listen
in our island yesterday. You know what I
Right,
mean? So
right.
it's like pots and pans rack and they slide out.
Yep.
So I was installing those. By the time I was done, my thighs hurt so bad from reaching and drilling.
Was your leg doing that vibration thing where you're
Not until I was done. Because there's like, put 14 screws in the back.
Right.
So you're like leaning in the back of the, like very back of the island on the inside. So you're reaching, kneeling, or whatever. Your ass and thighs are like, dear God, hurry. So you put all these screws in, and then there's like 3 that go up front.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's, yeah.
Well,
Well, that's
today,
like,
I'm walking down.
Andy Dufresne. He crawled through, what,
100 feet of
no,
pure
more
shit.
than that.
It was taco night.
Well,
900 feet
look
of
at Monk.
feces.
Well, Monk, weren't you trapped in a little cage, basically in a position for what, 10 hours a day?
It's not like little kids. They got air conditioning and a phone going and fans and snacks.
No, they're fucking great all in, nothing in it.
He keeps seeing a little 11-year-old
The
going
one
in.
guy watches YouTube the whole time.
What?
Monk, let me
He
ask you
drives
this.
by with they weren't working on my job, I'll tell you that.
Monk,
Yeah.
let me ask you this. You operate cranes, right? Is that what you do? All right. What is the height of the crane you work on?
Right now, I don't work on any cranes.
All right, but
It's the smallest one. Actually, I do get on one. It's the smallest thing I've ever seen in my life. I love it. It's like 15 feet, the boom. It's like,
It's got a crank.
Those are nice.
what's
Those
the
are nice.
tallest that you've worked in?
oh, it would be, the tallest one was 180 feet of main boom with 160 feet of luffing jib off the top of that. So add
Damn.
those two numbers
All
up.
right, so
But had no counterweight and it
So-
could only lift 20
Oh,
pounds.
the whole thing's a slabs of
so
steel on
about
the
that's about
backside.
60 or 70 feet taller than the work cranes that are at LTV Steel here in
It
Cleveland.
was big. It was, and worse than operating it all day is having to like travel it.
I was gonna say working inside the cab is nothing.
He said there's P tubes. You can't leave the poop.
I used
No, that's a tower crane. That's
I
a
used to
different-
inspect
whole
cranes
different thing.
for
This was a crawler.
All
A big
right.
crawler crane.
like was it a jib or was it a? I don't need
it's a
the details.
jib.
Yeah, anyhow, yeah.
we're losing our
Yeah.
listeners. So
but I saw them
I-
moving that. They had to put those big. They moved a whole platform of big
Right.
timbers as it. You know.
Yeah, like that one back that you saw behind there. I ran
so
those
I used
send
to
you a
inspect those as
every
that was-
fucking day.
That was my job. Well, I was the OSHA guy that came out and inspected the cranes. The biggest crane I was ever on was the work cranes at LTV Steel. They were 220 feet to the deck, right? So the rails, that's where the bridge runs.
Overhead cranes?
Yeah, it was the giant jib cranes that get the ore off the ships in the river. And I was
big gantries.
Yeah, they're big gantry cranes.
Okay.
I'm sorry, not jib, gantry.
Yeah,
sorry,
jib is one
Jib is one
sided.
arm.
Yeah,
right.
one arm.
Gantry is the ones that travel along. Thank you. Sorry, I misspoke. It's okay. And I was up there, and we're walking around, and
Going on his
we're
record.
like, we go up, we're checking all the stuff, and then I got to walk the catwalk, which goes all around, which these guys walk every day. They have to inspect the crane.
Right.
And I go up one end and come back, and 100 feet of the catwalk is gone because the angle that was holding it up rusted out and it dropped.
Oh, God.
And I'm like, whoa, I got to write that up.
Did you pass them?
But I had to inspect the rest of it. So
Did you pass them?
in order to get to where I needed to go, instead of walking all the way back and around, I just put my hands on the rails and my feet on the angles and walked down with
shit.
nothing below me for 200 feet.
Oh,
That's,
fuck.
I was like,
that's a feeling.
I was like, yep.
I
But
worked-
we did the indoor cranes. We had to walk the rails to check the rails to make sure they were connected to the crane properly.
Yeah.
Like this is heights are one thing.
See, I'm not
Like,
a big height guy either.
I don't like heights,
Yeah.
but you learn
You get used to it.
Right, you get used to it. Like now, even if I see videos of somebody up on something high, I'm like, oh my God. And then I realize, oh wait, I was higher than
Yeah.
that when I was inspecting these fucking
See,
cranes.
I'm not
Yeah.
on a roller coaster.
When I leave
nuts.
here, I'm going to be
Right.
higher than that.
Right, on a roller coaster.
I worked on the dragster.
Yeah,
that was 430 feet,
I
and it was a
can-
little.
Dude, I was on the
Wait a
cranes that built that.
Yeah.
Did you really?
Wait a minute.
And I
now.
could
The
walk
cranes
me one of
were
those.
those were some fucking crazy cranes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I saw those dudes.
They
do
had never been
handstand.
done before.
They do handstands on top of these pipe in the air with the wind blowing with no harness,
Yep.
nothing.
Can you explain to me now? He just said this. I've watched again rabbit holing because of him. I know we're a little over, but well, I just
We
wanna-
don't care. Go on.
That's right. I want to do this. I want to ask.
He's
this
got
quick-
nowhere
I
to go.
care.
That's right. Yeah,
He doesn't even drink water anymore.
This is the thing. On those things, when they build those roller coasters and stuff up there, how many times, like say for the audience out there, we're real close to Cedar Point, which is one of the largest amusement parks for roller
Yeah,
coasters.
most roller coasters per square foot.
Yeah.
They call it the roller coast, people. The roller coast.
Wow. I
Right.
used to sign autographs when I left work, working on that from Roller Coaster Enthusiasts.
You're
They
kidding,
take my
right?
You were on the ground.
I was in the air.
Listen to Monk laugh. My thing is, how many times have people got stuck on those things, and how they
So what?
they get down walking?
Yeah. So
Not everywhere can you walk.
So
but
right, but most of those roller coasters, they have to inspect them daily before they
Yeah.
launch. there
Every day.
are
Every
there are
day.
catwalks. Like if you're ever on one, pay attention. There's catwalks almost the whole way.
Yeah. Some
Except
are
that
straight
hill.
up.
Right.
Some are straight up.
And think about the people that are checking these things out. They're teenagers that got a summer job, and they're walking
No,
up.
they're not. No, they're not. They're usually
Yeah,
the old
No,
maintenance
that's
guys.
true.
No, they're the young kids because I knew some people that worked at Cedar Point and they would race to the top
Right.
That's
of the
insanity.
Millennium Force.
That's because the maintenance guys go, go ahead, kids.
I worked on that
You're
one.
going to get a coffee.
And here's the thing, and I've seen videos where people get stuck on, say, something that sticks upside down,
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
and then
I don't know
worst.
how long I'd last. I think my eyes would pop out of my head.
Well, physically, you can't last forever,
Right.
for sure.
yeah, you've got
How
limited
did they
time.
get
Like
you
we have
out?
harnesses on, and they teach you if you fall, the clock starts ticking,
Stop.
and
wait,
they have
wait,
these
wait.
things,
Yeah,
loops that you could drop and step.
Those don't even work. Don't count on them.
Yeah.
And
don't
it
count on
relieves
those.
the pressure, but as soon as you fall and you're hanging there, the clock starts ticking. It's like a half hour. And
Luckily,
you start
you're
having
always on the
trouble
ground, so
bonding
you
and
don't ever have to worry
You'll
about
die.
it.
You'll die.
Wait a second.
Yep.
Wait, you're.
I'm not joking.
And these
Ask
are the
Monk.
safety features.
Hey, Monk. The rigging that don't
Just
encourage
shush.
you.
Shush.
Okay.
Don't talk about it anymore.
Okay.
Double lanyard harness.
Shut up.
Timestamp.
Timestamp. Timestamp.
No, I was the stuff that I had. That he
It's
was
a little late now.
Okay, God damn it! I was going to ask him a question on it because of what you're saying. You're
Yeah.
saying that you can't.
You can't just hang there until you
Right.
get help. The clock is ticking immediately.
It just cuts the circulation off in your legs.
Yep.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah, it squeezes your
Absolutely.
your
Yeah, it's right in
femoral
the ins-
artery.
Yeah.
You could lose your legs.
There's
You
more
could
than
have a
one
clot.
factor.
You could have a heart
Clots.
attack.
Hope to God your
Stroke.
It
hope to
starts
God your
ticking.
wiener's not trapped in there somewhere.
That happens a lot too when you don't have it on
an hour.
properly. Your balls go out each side.
You don't have anything close to an hour. I thought
I've
it was
only
like 20
fallen
minutes
once, and
Yeah,
I was able to
15,
climb right
16
back
minutes.
up.
Yeah, that's it.
That was it.
Have you ever been on rigging up and then you're snapped in, right? Like
Yeah.
you
Yeah, I have a
on
harness
you,
every day. Yeah.
and you're snapped into there. You snapped on you. Have you ever fallen off and had to
No, never had it engaged.
Just once.
Yeah.
Have you ever, since you do, for the audience out there, Bueno does electrical work, that it's all very 110. But
Not.
By electrical, you mean putting batteries in smoke detectors?
Yes. Beep. What question do you have?
Look at Wayne moving on.
It's funny. If you ever, like, you're doing your job, but someone back further in the line and you didn't do his properly.
Oh, I got a story.
and you accidentally it electrified you.
I've never gotten electrocuted or shocked. I have at home, but not at work.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Oh?
We had some guy, remember there was a, Monk might even know, they had to have a safety lockout because the one foreman had the wrong bay and he pointed out which conduit had to be cut and there was wires in it, but they said they weren't hot or there weren't wires
Oh,
in it.
they were.
And they were hot and it blew up. You know,
Oh,
it
you're
blew up.
kidding.
Nobody got hurt. It screwed
Yeah,
up
it was
the saw and
what?
everything.
That was some mega voltage too. That was
big deal.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it could have killed somebody easily.
almost as
Pointed
bad
out
as
the
like.
wrong. He was in the wrong column line. It was a line. It wasn't even close, to be honest.
Really?
Like,
Jeffrey Neutron, longtime listener for Sun Color.
Good, Jeffrey.
So we were inspecting, not to interrupt, but this goes along with that. We were at LTV. We were inspecting a crane. It was one of their gantry cranes in
kudos
the
to
main
you.
area. Carried coils, did all that shit. Main area in the mill. The electrical manager who was
finishing LTV.
Yeah.
Finish. Okay. I've been
who was
there.
on the site with us was crawled down onto the hot rails that we had locked out, tagged
That's a good place to be.
right. And we're like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "We locked out, tagged out, blah 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 blah. No big deal. Not worried about
Who
it." We're like,
cares?
dude, you still don't. Right? Exactly. You still don't do it. So he climbs up and he's like, "Look, I don't know what you guys are all worried about." And he picks up this piece of coil, the metal band that they used to wrap the coils. I don't know why
Banding.
it was up on the fucking crane rail, but it was up
banding.
there. And he bent it into a hook. And he's like, "Look," and he dropped it onto the top rail. And when it hit the bottom rail, it exploded.
Oh yeah.
What do you mean explode?
Like,
oh, yeah.
it went boom and launched. This is seconds after he climbed back up. We're like, He freaked the fuck out. He's like,
Oh, yeah.
what the fuck? So we go down to where we locked out, tagged out. There's a lock for each of us on
Yeah.
a gang lock
Right.
Yeah.
to turn this thing off. One of the electric guys for the steel mill decided he needed to do some work on this crane and cut it off.
Wait, stop. Wait, whoa.
Yeah. Cut the lock out,
Welcome to
tag
the
out.
mill.
Turned on the 440 volt, 480 power.
210, 220.
Could have killed all of us
Oh,
God.
easily.
in seconds. And we were like, what the fuck?
Well, he got fired.
Oh yeah, we
Guarantee
filed
it.
complaint.
No, they made him a manager.
Shit, yeah, probably.
Yeah, they put him in management
He's a
for
foreman.
sure.
This was one of those shit your pants moments because he
Wow.
quite literally crawled up moments before and was like, no, it's fine, look, and boom. And he was like, the look on his face went ghost white, was like,
Oh.
holy
How'd he
shit.
get down?
Well, we
You had to go down.
well, we went down the
Quickly.
ladder. We got up there from the
Quickly.
catwalks.
Yeah.
But still, it was like, we're still inspecting this crane. Had he not done that, any one of us could have touched that rail
Yeah.
and
And I've been
died.
killed.
Oh, you wouldn't have. It would just.
We wouldn't even have
you would
known.
You would have blew up.
Yeah.
See, here-
we would have been pink mist.
That'd have been good. The OSHA guys got blown up.
Right?
That would've
Yeah,
been a
exactly.
fucking story.
Let's shut a whole fucking thing down. The OSHA guys just exploded.
I only had one incident. I didn't get I was working at a plastic company in Elyria, and they off of Shadden Road, and we had massive.
All right, you're giving me nightmares about work. I'm going to talk to you guys later.
Yeah, I think we're.
No, I just want to
Seacrest out.
Last story. We're almost out.
If you're out of there,
All right, bye.
Are you out of there, Monk?
Or are you just fucking
He's
with
gone.
Okay. That what happened was I was working at this plastic company, and they had the type of switches where they did this. It would
those.
snap. I don't know what that's called.
I don't know what they're called either, but they're like,
You have to do one
A throw
two-
switch.
Is that what that's called?
Oh,
Well, you have to pump it
you
up.
gotta prime
It's
it.
a loaded.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
loaded,
You pump it.
You
and
load it,
It went,
and then you hit it, and it pops
Yeah,
in.
it was an
Yeah.
extruder that we did extruders, just plastic, and that's how they turned on the when we shut
Yeah.
everything down. This
Because physically, you're not strong enough to throw it.
I thought it was because of the arc was so massive. You needed the spring activated thing to snap it. Otherwise,
I'm sure there's more than one reason. But
Okay, well, we had one guy. This is the only one time that I've ever seen anything, and the guy, for whatever reason, was at the wrong place at the wrong time in the wrong situation, and he was near the machine and had his hands in there doing some stuff, and they activated the machine. And dude, he I mean, when I mean it looked like a French fry, he looked like a French fry, and they shut down the plant. Had to call, police, ambulance, all that stuff.
Why did they bother with the ambulance? Was it?
Oh, he died.
Yeah, I was
he
like,
died.
didn't they just get a shot back?
Yeah, but you still.
still got to call the ambulance, EMT, then they call the coroner. It's a whole thing.
Yeah, people don't realize, be careful out there with electricity,
Yeah,
dude.
Dude, I've
Or
seen
anything.
I've had to be on the scene just as a fucking draftsman that inspected this shit. I've had to be on so many different scenes from accidents at LTV, which I can say LTV because they don't exist anymore. They've been
Yeah.
bought out, but
Yeah.
like they've had rolls of steel crush people, like all kinds of shit. And they're like, we need to fix this. So we're out there the next day on the
ArcelorMittal.
crime scene where there's still smears on the floor. And you're like, oh, well, see, the problem was this wedge wasn't tall enough to hold the fucking whatever. And it's like, no, it's never good.
I think ArcelorMittal bought them.
Yeah.
But anyways, I know we're over.
Sorry for the downturn.
No,
Yeah, I'm like, this one took a bad turn.
No, it was, and I know Monk's out. He must have checked
Yeah.
out.
He's like, I don't want to hear it. Gotta go to work tomorrow.
Yep,
Bye.
Yep. For audience members, thank you for listening. You've been listening to Late Night with Ed Bunny here on the website, which is latenightwithedbunny.com, where it's real people have real conversations about life. Again, like, share, subscribe, tell 2 friends about the show. It makes a world of difference in the algorithm. You're always listening to myself, Ed Bunny, right over here at CPAP Chuck.
We'll see ya.
Chuck Dick. Chuck Dick.
He's gone, but you can always hear him, never see him as the Monk. He's gone. That's right.
Since he's gone, Monk
That's-
Dick.
There you go. Down in Studio B, always giving
That's
us
me.
the correct answers, is Jeffrey Neutron.
Ciao.
Everybody's gassy. And last but not least, always keeping us in balance and check is Bueno Bueno.
Glad to be back.
We're going to be leaving you here
Glad to
with
see you.
Sue McLaren, Renali, and Epic Fail, their song Let It Shine. Check it out. Give everybody some love. Like, share, subscribe. Everything we ever talk about. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Always remember that you are somebody, and don't be materialistic because it gets you nowhere. And after that, we are out of here.
You don't have to hide. I can see the hurting in your eyes. Don't be afraid to let go. You're beautiful inside. 'Cause even when the road begins to lead us into suffering, our hearts can learn to sing again. They're bigger than we know. Let it shine. Let it
You've been listening to Late Night with Ed Money, brought to you by 3 Bowls of Crunch Production. Late Night with Ed Money is a copyrighted show, and any unauthorized reproduction for sale is strictly prohibited without written and or verbal consent from Ed Money. Otherwise, we'll find out where you live and beat the shit out of you. Thank you for listening.